A new video captures the moment one of Ukraine's US-made Bradley infantry fighting vehicles overwhelms a top Russian T-90M tank with chain gun fire from its 25mm cannon. The intense battle between a combat vehicle first fielded decades ago and a relatively new tank praised by Russian President Vladimir Putin as the best highlights how valuable Bradleys can be on the battlefield. The Defense Ministry of Ukraine posted the video online Thursday, attributing it to the 47th Mechanized Brigade fighting in Stepov, a village outside Avdiivka in northeastern Ukraine. In the video, a Russian T-90M tank takes constant, unrelenting fire from a Bradley IFV. The Russian tank is seen moving slowly, possibly trying to find a better fighting position or a way to navigate out of enemy fire and retreat. Open-source analysts identified the weapon used as the Bradley's M242 25mm Bushmaster chain gun, while expert war watchers noted the video shows IFVs can successfully engage with and severely damage even Russia's modern main battle tanks. The new video follows another that was shared last week that appears to show a different view of the fight, including two Bradleys taking on the T-90M. That footage shows the tank spinning out of control while on fire shortly after the attack. That footage also shows the T-90M's crew abandoning it. The wounded tank was finished off by a first-person view, FPV drone attack. Russian media touted the incident as showing the wonders of survivability for the T-90M, particularly because the crew survived. The crew of any other vehicle in such a situation would be doomed to certain death, one Russian outlet said, calling the fight a clear loss for the Bradley since it didn't kill the tank crew. While the battle speaks to the T-90M's defenses, especially considering that it seemed to take many of the rounds directly to the front armor and keep going, something not all armored vehicles can do, it is also a display of the capabilities of the Bradley. When the US first sent Bradley IFVs to Ukraine, a Pentagon spokesman told the media it is not a tank, but it's a tank killer. And in this fight, per the videos, it looks like the Bradley gave one of Putin's top tanks a beating. Ukraine received its Bradleys heavily armed troop carriers used by the 47th Brigade last year and quickly made use of them on the battlefield. Ukrainian soldiers who fought in Ukraine's 2023 summer counter-offensive spoke highly of their survivability and strengths. And they appear to still be making an impact. Putin has previously touted the Russian T-90M as the world's best tank, something Ukraine directly called into question with the video of the recent fight. It can be said today that the T-90M Proryv is the world's best tank, the Russian leader said last summer, according to state media. As soon as it approaches positions, no chance is left for anyone or anything, he added. It fires to a longer range and more accurately. It also has better protection. The recorded fight was only one battle in a much larger conflict, but the outcome undermines that high praise. It's unclear, though, if the loss is on the crew or the weapon, or if it was merely outmatched. Russia has deployed poorly trained troops, but it has also oversold other systems, such as its supposedly unstoppable Kinjal missiles that have been shot down by US-made Patriot batteries. The T-90, one of Russia's most effective tanks, has struggled during the Ukraine war, with at least 27 of the armored vehicles knocked out of action or captured to date. That's largely because the Kremlin has favored military vehicles with more ammunition and maneuverability and less protective armor, said Hamish de Breton-Gordon, a former British Army tank commander. It shows just how vulnerable Russian tanks are, because protection comes a distant third to firepower and mobility, de Breton-Gordon told The Telegraph. They might be getting enough tanks back on track, but they just can't come up with the trained crews, which is proving a real problem for Russia, he added. In all, Russia has lost 6,147 tanks since the start of the war, according to Ukrainian authorities. The US has sent 190 Bradley fighting vehicles to Ukraine since the Russian invasion in February 2022, and they have won rave reviews from Kyiv's forces in the field. It scares them, Ukrainian Serhiy Gavrilyuk told CBS News 60 Minutes in September. When we hear their radio and they hear that Bradley coming, they start to run away. On Monday, CNN reported that the US-supplied vehicles had helped Ukrainian forces hold off Russian attacks near the town of Avdiivka, also in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk region. I doubt that we'd be talking with you doing this interview if we didn't have the Bradleys, a Ukrainian crew member said. Most likely, the northern flank would have been already lost without the Bradleys. Additional US aid to Ukraine is stalled while DC lawmakers negotiate a supplemental spending package, which the Biden administration wants to include $61.4 billion in new assistance for Kyiv.
Молодцы! 30 секунд, 2 выстрела, молодцы!